A lot of baseball action on this Easter Sunday, and Chicago teams topping the news. Tom Williams is now here with sports.
For a change, one of them won at least, so I mean that's half the battle. The Detroit Tigers came into today's action with a record of 6-4. They were 5-0 against the Chicago White Sox. Today, the Tigers and White Sox wrapped up their three-game series. Larry Herndon gave the Tigers an early 2-0 lead when he belted a home run to left in the first inning. So you can see the ball barely clearing the foul pole. It was his second home run of the year. Sox get it right back in the second when third baseman Tim Hewlett hits a two-run smash to left center field. That's Hewlett's third homer of the year. The game is tied at 2-up. Sox explode in the fourth. Carlton Fisk takes a Dan Petrie pitch deep to left. It lands in the seats for a two-run home run, and the Chicago White Sox have a 4-2 lead. Later in the inning, Tim Hewlett singles to center. Ivan Calderon scores, and it's 5-2. In the seventh inning, Greg Walker hits a ball high and deep to right field. It lands in the upper deck. Good to see he has his health back. And made the score White Sox 6-2. In the eighth, Darrell Boston got his turn. He hit the Sox fourth home run of the day. It also went in the upper deck in right field. Final score today, the Sox finally beat the Tigers by a score of 7-2. Elsewhere in the American League today, in two doubleheaders. First game, the Yankees knocked off Kansas City 5-0. There's no score in the second game after 6 innings. Another doubleheader, Cleveland blanking Baltimore 3-0. In the second game, the Orioles lead in the sixth inning 5-3. Elsewhere, Boston beating Toronto 4-1. How about Milwaukee? They are real. They knocked off Texas today 6-4. That's their 12th straight win, a brand new American League record for starting out the season. Meanwhile, in the seventh inning, Minnesota has a 4-3 lead over California. In the fourth inning, it's Seattle 4, Oakland 1. Chicago Cubs had a good day today. Well, at least half a good day, I explained. The Montreal Expos, they wrapped up their three-game series today at Wrigley Field. The Expos got on board early in the first inning with two runners on base. Tim Wallach hit a double down the left field line. One run scored as the ball is retrieved in the corner, and it was 1-0 Montreal. The next batter, Vance Law, singled up the middle. Andres Galagaria and Wallach score. That made it 3-0. Cub fans getting used to this kind of action. The Cubs did get a run when Chico Walker hit a fly ball to medium deep left field. Schwan Dunston tagged up at third and beat the throw home. Schwan using his speed very well there. That makes it a 3-1 ball game. Actually, the game's most interesting moment came when Andy McGaffigan pitch came close, dangerously close to Dunston's head. Watch this one. Perfect duck. Goodbye, Sean. Missed by about 3 feet. The shortstop charges the mound. It was just a little bit too late, though. The pitcher made a monkey out of him there. Everybody had to pitch in on this one, and for a change, there were a few blows thrown. Most baseball fights, of course, are just pushing and shoving matches. The most interesting thing about this free-for-all, not only the dugout's empty, I think some of the stands empty, too. Look very closely and just see this. Two bare-chested fans get down, trying to even get into the act. They're quickly ushered off the field. I'm not quite sure how they did that one. Dunston got tossed out of the game later after another beanball incident. It got kind of wild and woolly today in Wrigley Field, and Montreal beats the Cubs by a score of 3-1. But Sean Dunston's going to get a lot of ribbing about that punch. Checking the other National League games today, another doubleheader. Houston beats Cincinnati 7-3 in the opener. Second game, the Reds in the seventh inning lead 4-2. It was St. Louis 4-2 over the Mets. Pittsburgh beating Philadelphia 5-2. In the seventh inning, Los Angeles blanking San Diego 3-0. After 6 innings, San Francisco has a 2-0 lead over Atlanta. Fort Wayne Comets have a 2-1 advantage in their Turner Cup playoff series against the Indianapolis Checkers. Last night at the Coliseum, the Checkers got off in the early lead, but Fort Wayne quickly fought back and went ahead on goals by Paul Couture and Colin Chen. The Czechs tied it at 2-2 in the second stanza. Then Chen got the eventual game winner, and late in the final period, Tony Camazola hit an open net goal for the final 4-2 score. The K's and Checkers had some time off before Game 4 is to be played. That takes place Wednesday in the capital city. The Chicago White Sox, struggling for a while now, wrapped up a 3-game series with Texas this afternoon at Comiskey Park. In the second inning, the Rangers' Gino Petrielli singled to right. Pete O'Brien tried to score from second. Right fielder Gary Ritas charged and threw, but O'Brien beat the throw, and Texas led 1-0. In the third, the Sox tied the game, then took a 2-1 lead when Harold Baines strokes a single. That scored Ozzie Guillen from second base all the way in. Fifth inning, Gary Ritas hitting a Charlie Howe knuckleball high and deep to left field. It is gone. Ritas' fourth home run of the year. Sox led 3-1. In the sixth, the Rangers jumped right back in. Ruben Sierra hitting a home run over the center field fence. It was tied at 3-3. Later in the sixth, Pete O'Brien singled to right. Pete Incaviglia single scored from second, and Texas had a 4-3 lead at that point. It was 5-4 Texas in the 7th inning. Donnie Hill singles to right. Jerry Hairston scored, and it was all tied up again. It was a battle all the way today at Comiskey Park. In the 8th inning, the Sox put the game on ice when Greg Walker drilled a 2-run home run to center field. It's long gone. Final, White Sox a winner today over Texas, 8-3. The other American League games today, it was Detroit knocking off Cleveland 8-4, Minnesota by 2 over Boston in 10 innings. Kansas City squeezing by Milwaukee today 3-2. After 6 innings, Baltimore leads California 1-0. Oakland knocked off Toronto 3-0. And after 3, it's the Yankees 3, Seattle 3. Red Hot Cubs looking to complete their 3-game sweep of the Houston Astros today. They hadn't done that in 18 years, but today they managed to do it. They got things off rapidly. In the 2nd inning, Brian Dayette hit a shot to deep left field. Forget about it. Cubs had a 1-0 lead. Keith Moreland later on at first with Manny Trillo hitting a home run to the left field seats. In the final, the Cubs knocked off Houston today 6-4. And quickly, the other National League games today, Montreal, the Mets, San Diego, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis were all winners.
And you got them all in. Thanks very much, Tom. Back with the final word after this.